Moving to Unit 15, which covers Chief Executive Officers and Corporate Governance, which has the subtopics like Introduction, Professional Management and Family Management, Constitution of Board, Executive and Non-Executive Directors, Role and Responsibilities, Minority Shareholders and Conduct of Annual General Meetings, Restrictions on Number of Companies and Nominee Directors. The meaning: so the CEO, a top leader of any company, steers its daily operations but functions within a framework of the corporate governance. This framework, overseen by Board of Directors, ensures accountability by setting strategic direction, managing risk and ensuring transparency, essentially creating a system of checks and balances to guide the CEO's decision making towards the company's long-term success and the interest of its stakeholders. The professional management and family management, which has its own distinct features when it comes to professional management and family management, which is given in this broad features. Moving to decision making, in professional management based on expertise, market trends and shareholders value. When it comes to family management, it can be influenced by family dynamics, tradition and legacy practiced. Leadership, hire based on qualifications and experience, but when it comes to family management, often led by family members regardless of their qualifications. And success planning in professional management, open to best qualified candidate from internal source or it could be from external source. But when it comes to family management, priority often given to the family members regardless of the suitability. And short term versus long term focus in professional management may balance long term goals with short term profitability, but when it comes to family management, can prioritize short term gains to benefit the family. And transparency in accountability in professional management, so the strong focus on transparency and reporting to shareholders and different stakeholders. But when it comes to family management, transparency can be limited to protect the family interest. And innovations and risk taking in professional management, so the more open to calculated risk and innovations, and in family management may be risk averse to protect family wealth. And the last is the motivation in professional management driven by professional success and financial rewards, and in case of family management driven by family legacy, loyalty and emotional attachment to the family business. And constitution of board executives and non-executive directors, which has board composition, that is number of directors. There is no fixed number, but regulation often set minimum and maximum numbers. Typically, there is a balance between executive and non-executive directors of a company. And executive directors, so it involves the day-to-day operations of company. They hold the positions like CEO, CFO, COO and so on. Non-executive directors don't hold operational roles, but within the company they provide independent oversight and strategic guidelines. Moving to the different roles and responsibilities. So the executive directors responsible for managing the company's operations and achieving its strategic objectives, they report to the board. For non-executive directors, oversee the performance of the executive team and hold them accountable. They ensure the company operates ethically and legally. There are different benefits of a balanced board. The improved decision making, that is combines operational experiences, independent and objective perspectives. And enhanced corporate governance, non-executive directors provide oversight and reduce the risk of mismanagement. And stronger and Stronger stakeholder engagement, so represents the interest of various stakeholders beyond its management. Minority shareholders and conduct of annual general meeting. The minority shareholders, through holding a smaller percentage of shares, still have rights regarding the annual general meeting. They can receive information about the AGM, attend and vote on the proposal, and even propose their own agenda items if they meet specific threshold set by the company regulations. However, their voting power is limited by their shareholding, so effective participation often involves raising concerns during the meeting or collaborating with the other minority shareholders to influence decisions. These are some of the rules to be followed. Like shareholders, typically there is a none restrictions, may be limited by company regulations or the time constraints. The reasoning: shareholders simply own a piece of company and don't directly manage it. Too many directors can spend someone too thin and impact their ability to fulfill their duties effectively. Some companies may set limit to their bylaws, and executive officers like CEO, CFO and so on usually limited to one company at a time, and these roles are highly demanding and requires full-time focus on a single company's operation. And nominee directors, third party who is appointed as director via agreement and does not hold shares or will not be involved in company's everyday operations and only allowed to act based on UBO's instruction. And nominee directors, so they are residence requirements, like a resident director is compulsory for all Indian companies according to the Companies Act of 2013 and must reside in India for at least 182 days per year. And nominee directors' duties, so appointed to fulfill resident director requirements, non-executive role, and must comply with Articles of Association plus Companies Act in good faith and best interest of the company, ensure compliance and liable to the company. So the benefits of nominee directors are: save overhead cost, then act as local representative, bridge language barrier, and oversee compliance and regulatory affairs, and legal duty to act in company's best interest.